Teaching mathematics and making progress in students' learning has boggled many educators and researchers for a long time, and it hasn't improved over the years. So much has been researched on what methods of teaching mathematics works, but a lot is left up to lawmakers or curriculum writers to implement them. Unfortunately, these innovative methods go unnoticed or overlooked for statistical results through grades or in testing within the classroom. The moving power of mathematical invention is not reasoning, but imagination. Quote by Augustus D. Morgan in his 1866 article in Gentleman's Magazine and Historical Review. One method that the majority of the researchers do agree on is to put creativity in teaching mathematics. Therefore, effectively teaching mathematics relies primarily on teacher creativity to hold students' interest and show progress in their learning. With this overwhelming knowledge of what works, why is it not implemented? Well, the debate over whether measuring progress in mathematics is best done through high-stakes state-mandated performance assessments has been going on since the 1980s. Some say this method causes fear and anxiety among both students and educators. Also, it has been documented that these tests have made teachers change the way they teach mathematics so to meet the requirements that are on these tests. Their methods changed from traditional drill-based instruction and memorization to open-ended and critical thinking skills. Still, only what is on the state-mandated tests is covered because of the accountability attached to these tests. Another catalyst that inhibits creative teaching methods is the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. As Mann states in his article titled Creativity, the Essence of Mathematics, teachers feel more pressure to teach to the test. It is apparent both students and teachers suffer, lose the chance to take risks, and develop a negative view of mathematics. Probably the largest dysfunction of these testing practices is insufficient amount of instruction time. The short class times and short school year leave less time to cover all that is important to mathematics. Therefore, it restricts the teacher to at least get the tested items taught. Both Fogler in his article and Mann mentioned earlier agree this is the reason for poor student progress and teacher performance. Not allowing appropriate time to use everyday life experiences to broaden a student's understanding is giving students the wrong impression of what mathematics' true function in life is. There are plenty of creative methods that have been studied and proven to produce positive results. They range from telling stories from their daily lives in elementary school, to ditching the textbooks for hands-on activities and projects in middle school, to writing their own test questions and even a textbook in high school. All this reinforces the students that mathematics is a coherent system. Teachers have a challenge, though, no matter the age, to change the negative perceptions while finding creative ways to keep students interested. Nakagami told a story in his article of one of his students that was ignoring his lesson in math class and instead was drawing a picture, and when he seen what the student had drawn, he praised him because the picture was interesting. In many classrooms, this opportunity would have normally gone unnoticed and a teaching moment lost. The more students invest in their own learning process, the more they will learn. From Adafi's article, Students Generating Test Items, a Teaching and Assessment Strategy. A few students in the studies gave some feedback, saying, it gave everyone a chance to be a part of the class. And another said, I studied harder because I knew people were going to put hard ones on the test. How can a school system or district improve their curriculums to include these creative methods? There is a charter school chain that is using these creative methods in their curriculum, and the teachers are using more hands-on activities and discussions rather than lecturing in textbooks. Activities like these are welcomed by the students, and participation is almost 100%. Another part of the curriculum is student commitment and parent involvement as core requirements. This is what one teacher in the study had to say. With the use of hands-on activities, students are spending more time with concepts that they only read about in past years. Knowing that this curriculum works, it's exciting for education as a whole in our country. So it is obvious that in today's classroom, a lack of creativity is drawing our children away from the beauty of mathematics. And these innovative methods go unnoticed or overlooked for statistical results through traditional methods of testing and grades. Giving teachers adequate time for instruction can enhance the students' impression of mathematics and broaden their understanding of its applications. Also, recognizing the power of putting teaching into the students' hands can produce remarkable results in their learning progress. The researchers agree to put creativity in teaching mathematics, and effectively teaching mathematics relies primarily on teacher creativity to hold students' interest and show progress in their learning. With all this knowledge from studies conducted, it is apparent an overhaul of our methods in teaching mathematics is imminent. Okay, I have time for a few questions.
With insufficient instruction time currently, how can a teacher incorporate these creative methods?
Well, at the local level, a teacher can meet with administrators and bring this concern to their attention with any possible solutions the teacher may have come up with to make creative teaching part of the curriculum.
Would you say changing students' perception of mathematics is the main focus of using creative methods in teaching?
Yes, I would agree. Focusing on changing perceptions of mathematics has lots of positive effects on a student's motivation to want to learn and do well in the subject.
If the biggest obstacle to effective teaching is to test the tests through the state-mandated assessments, what can a teacher do?
That would be up to the individual teacher when it comes to their students, but clearly more needs to be addressed at a level outside of the classroom. It isn't that teachers aren't creative, it's that their hands are tied. Thank you for coming today.